Is that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon? So was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon?
That's not what you're saying.
Said, was that a constructive use of your time, vegan bacon?
What's vegan bacon?
You, fake cop, fake
not
pig,
fake cop.
fake pig. You got her. Come up and demand ID
You're
from.
recording this.
Yeah, come up and demand ID from people like you have some sort of authority. Not even the police have that authority, and yet you think you can do that.
Look, mate, I was in the Royal Air Force for a long time.
Don't care.
And I've seen a lot of people, things happen. I was just worried about you being there.
Well, I'm fine.
Well,
No
fine.
need to worry.
That's
You just come up, you start a conversation politely. You don't just rock up and be like, "Have you got ID on you?" You're not in the RAF anymore. All right, you're a civilian. Act like it. I don't walk up to random people down the street and be like, "Have you got your ID?"
I'm also a senior citizen. I know how to act with people.
Well, you clearly don't. You have no manners about you. Come up and just start demanding ID from random people.
I was checking who you were.
You don't need to check who I am. I have the right to privacy in this country.
Well, all I was worried about is
You were in the forces and you fight for our human rights, and you come and try and abuse them.
So,
Hi mate, could you just move up there? Because the signs says you're not allowed far down.
No, the signs actually say that it's publicly accessible up to the reception.
So can you just move up there?
But I'm up to the reception. I'm not past your no public access beyond these points.
Up there.
Pardon? Yeah, the ones that say publicly accessible up to the reception. That's what those signs say. All right, who are you? Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. So, don't know if the camera picked any of that up, but she was asking for my purpose and if I have an ID badge. And this one I'm just going to go with exercising my right to silence, or maybe I'll put my headphones in, actually.
This is where the narrative flips. The officer admits the signage actually allows filming in this area. Once the legal basis collapses, the justification shifts from law to suspicion to feelings. Watch closely how fast certainty turns into backtracking.
hello, you alright?
Hiya. You okay?
Turn the earphones up for a second.
What?
Can we talk to you?
No.
No.
What are you doing here?
Can't hear.
The reason why I've come to speak to you, can you hear me if I shout?
I can't hear you, mate.
Can you take your headphones out and then you can talk to me?
I don't want to take my headphones out, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm quite happy here.
Well, we're going to ask you politely to leave the premises, if that's alright?
You're on private premises?
And yourself?
Well, I don't have to talk to you, you don't have to talk to me. I'm happy
can't
to
hear
show
you.
you my identification.
Yeah.
So you can hear us then, because you've just asked to ask for our identification, so you clearly know what we're talking about, okay? Can I ask for your reason being here? Or you're on private land?
I'm just trying to lip read.
Okay.
Could you just make that a bit more pronounced for me?
You're on private land?
Private land?
Yes.
Right.
This is a police area and you're on private land, so
We're just
I'd be
asking you
gratefully
politely to
appreciative. I'd be
leave.
greatly appreciative if you could leave our land, please.
Leave?
Yes.
Why?
Because you don't have no reason to be here, do you? What is your reason for being here?
Again?
What is your reason for being here?
What? I got what?
Is
Say it again.
is
Is
your
or
your with a Y
or
your...
What is all?
What we'll do, I know you're recording obviously, so we'll just speak to that and then you can listen to that later. I imagine that's coming through your headphones anyway. But we're coming to speak to you because people have reported that you're taking photos of their personal vehicles while
It's
they're
really,
leaving.
really difficult to live. You've
That's
got
fine.
stuff, you've got
You can-
stains around your lips.
That's nice. You can listen to it about later. So people have complained that you're taking pictures of their personal vehicles, and that's caused them some concern because obviously it's a police building, and sometimes people do stuff called hostile reconnaissance, where they record information about police officers and police staff for sort of malicious purposes, basically. Excuse me. So that's causing people concern. You're not committing a crime at the minute, but there is obviously a sign that says that there isn't any photography permitted on private property. So asking you nicely to leave. I think it's reasonable to give you an appropriate time in which to do that. So we're going to go away, and what we'd like to do, we'll come back in 10 minutes, and we'd like you to have left. All right. And you can read that. You can listen to that back later in your headphones. All right.
So what was that last bit?
You can listen to. Have you recorded it, so you can listen to it back?
I don't want to listen to it back, so I'm going to continue recording.
Okay. Well, do you want to talk to me now? You're taking your headphones out.
Go on.
So we're coming to speak to you because we've had a report that you're taking photographs of police vehicles and people's private vehicles that are leaving the police premises. All right. So that's caused people concern. So that's why we've come to speak to you. You're not committing a crime. You're able to take photographs, although there is a sign that says that it's not permitted to take photographs.
I have written permission.
Who from?
Human Rights Act.
No, that isn't applicable in the circumstances.
Why not?
Because it's private property.
Right.
Okay, so the
Is this not a publicly accessible area of that
It
private
is,
property?
yeah, but the
Human Rights Act does apply,
the
and my
access-
freedom of expression does apply here.
You asked me a question. Do you want me to answer?
Well, yeah. Well, if you're going to
So
give a sensible one,
Yeah. So the implied permission is for you to access reception and make inquiries. That's why we've come to check if you're all right. The permission.
No, you came over
we
because
can-
that woman. You came over because that woman went and told you that
Yes,
I'm here.
yes.
Not to check that I'm okay.
Well, she was concerned. That's why we come to speak to you. But obviously, like the right to the access to the premises is for people to come and speak at reception. Yeah?
Right.
And we can withdraw that permission. Okay. So we're asking you nicely to leave because you're causing people distress. Now, I imagine that the reason why you're recording, auditing purposes, is sometimes what people say. I don't know. You don't have to tell me why you're recording, but obviously that's why we just want you to leave because you're causing members of
So,
staff distress.
are you asking me to leave purely because I'm recording?
Because you're causing members of staff distress.
By recording?
Yes. Yeah.
So, because I'm recording, I have to leave the property.
Well, unless you have another reason why you want to be here, which you haven't, you could tell me about. If there's a legitimate reason why you need to be on site, then you can tell me that. Okay. What is the reason?
I don't have to explain my reasons to you, and that's the issue, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but because you're not telling me that reason.
Yeah, but under
I'm
Article
now
8, I do
asking
have
you
the
to
right to
leave.
privacy. So what you're doing is hang on, let me finish. I'll just listen to him
Yeah,
spiel
yeah,
out all of
that's
that.
fine,
So let me finish. So what you're now doing is saying that I have to leave because I'm exercising Article 10 of my human rights, freedom of expression, which covers digital expression, which includes the right to film and disseminate information. And because I'm doing that, you're asking me to leave. So what you're
Because you're
doing...
doing it on private
I'll let you
property,
finish,
yeah, yeah.
right? I'm in a publicly accessible area of private property.
You're
I haven't gone... well, actually I did go past that, but I'm not past that now.
Yeah.
I'm in the publicly accessible area. It says it's publicly accessible up to the reception point. It doesn't say on the sign only to access. It says on the sign... It doesn't matter. That's not what it says.
I'd say it was
It doesn't
implied,
matter.
but that's fine,
It doesn't matter. We don't go by implied. So... I'm in a publicly accessible area exercising Article 10. I'm being asked to leave purely because I'm exercising Article 10, which puts you in violation of Article 14, which guarantees me the freedom from discrimination while exercising my human rights. And because I won't give you my legitimate reason, which again, I have the right to privacy, I have the right to my private thoughts, I have the right to my privacy. And because I won't give you my reasons, can you stand up and be professional if you're going to address me as a police officer? And was I talking to you? I was talking to him.
I don't have to stand up. I can sit down. That's fine.
Well, then I'm just going to put my headphones back in and ignore you again.
We can have a conversation.
Right, there we go.
Stand up,
Thank
we can have
you.
a conversation. Look.
Right, if you're going to act as a police officer, act professional.
Let me give you a scenario, right? So let's say you go into...
The walk of shame isn't just symbolic, it's tactical. When officers can't lawfully detain or remove someone, surveillance becomes the fallback. Standing nearby creates pressure without direct action. Ask yourself, is this about safety or saving face?
Tesco's, which you would agree is publicly accessible for people
Yeah.
to go shopping, yeah? for that purpose. Would you agree in that?
Yeah.
And you did something in Tesco's just for.
I can walk into Tesco to browse. I don't have to walk in there to shop.
Yeah.
I can walk in here to browse.
But let's say you did something in there that's causing people to feel uncomfortable and causing.
If there was a lawful basis for why I was causing them discomfort, then yes.
No. Where I disagree is whatever that is that you're causing people to feel uncomfortable, even if it was completely lawful, I would say that they've got the right to ask you to leave, and that's what we're doing. You can go onto the sort of out of the public.
So what if I stand there?
I think that would be fine. Yeah.
So what's the difference between standing here and recording and there recording?
Because
pardon? Is it illegal to raise my voice?
No, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Well, it's unnecessary for you to come and accost me, to be honest.
Well,
you've just said I can stand there and record, but I can't sit here and record.
This is private.
But there's
property.
no difference. There's no difference in the action, is there? It's still going to make them uncomfortable. So what's the difference?
I can't do anything about it. All I can do is ask you to leave the public.
Yeah, and that's what you can. Yeah, you can ask me, and I'll politely decline.
My job is to try, over and above protecting the public and enforcing the law, is to try and if somebody's made me feel uncomfortable, is to try and address that and sort it out.
Right.
And that's what I've tried to do in this situation.
Okay.
If you just, we're going to go away now, and I've said I'd like to leave our property.
Right.
And I've given you a reasonable time of 10 minutes to do that. So we're going to leave now.
Okay. And what if I don't? What if I'm still here in 10 minutes?
Well, it's a civil matter, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll have to make a decision about how we want to deal with that.
And how would you? And what would you do?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet. But I'm asking you nicely to leave.
And if I politely decline?
Well, I'll make a decision about what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to tell you what that decision is, just as you don't have to tell me anything. I don't have to tell you what's going on in my brain. All right?
He's not happy at all. Look at him on the phone, on the fucking, radios people asking for assistance. He ain't happy
We're
at all.
not asking for assistance. We're just.
He literally just said, "Have you got when he first went on the radio, have you got a unit here? I've got a mail, whatever," and then you were talking, I didn't hear the rest of it. But he was asking for assistance.
Okay.
I was like, I think it's pathetic. I'm here with a camera, not a fucking shotgun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
What I will say is there do you need assistance from the police for anything?
Glass of water would be grand.
Okay, I can't give you.
I've got a plastic glass. All I need is some water in it.
Okay, well,
why not? Last police station I went to did. That's quite rude. Okay, you know what? I've always had high expectations and high hopes for Cambridgeshire Constabulary, and I've had really positive interactions. Even last time I came here, strong positive interaction. I even wrote an email to the Chief Constable commending PC406 Chris, whatever his name was, and gave him a glowing commendation for his attitude and how he spoke to me in the conversation that we had.
Yeah.
He took me in and showed me around the vehicles. You guys are just full of shit.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
No, you are.
I'm reasonable.
Oh, well, you can think what you want.
Right, anyway.
We'll see what the comments say about it.
Yeah, I've said what I want to say. My objection to you being on the premises is that it's causing members of staff distress.
Distress. I'll be careful with words like distress, because there are very certain thresholds for distress.
Yeah,
be very careful with the words that you use.
And I'm not insinuating that you've crossed the threshold into the criminal.
Right. So be very, very careful with words that you throw around. When you're acting as a police officer and you throw words around like distress, you could then be implying and accusing me of causing alarm, harassment, and distress.
Yeah, but I would have been explicit.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You need to. Sorry about that.
Sorry about stepping on your foot.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, Mr. Green Top ain't happy at all. Boom. I'm guessing that's the one that they called for assistance. Why do they always insist on calling for uniforms? Like, the uniform's going to make any difference. All right.
I've asked one of our uniform colleagues to come and speak to you just to see if you engage differently with somebody who's more identifiable as a police officer. I've spoken to PC137 and advised them that we have asked you to leave the curtilage of what we deem to be the private property, and we're giving you reasonable time in which to do that. And I'll just reiterate that the reason why we've asked you to leave is because we've had complaints that your behaviour is making people feel uncomfortable.
Well,
Notice I've rephrased it there that I'm not using the word distress, which you took a perception to, and I wouldn't, that's not what's been reported. It's made people feel uncomfortable.
Okay, so now your job is for 3 constables to stand around and try to enforce people's discomfort and feelings over the law.
I've explained. I'm going to go now.
You're going to go.
If you feel uncomfortable about 3 people being here, that's fine. And
Well, it doesn't matter if there are 10 people here, to be honest.
We're trying a different approach to see whether that's
What's this, sorry,
PC agreeable with you.
137. PC137, I'll suggest just get in your car and drive away. You're not going to get any more response out of me than they are.
That's absolutely fine.
The uniform does not intimidate me any more than your plain clothes does. Oh, is it not? No. That's funny.
People feel more comfortable.
Yeah. Funny that, because the psychology behind it says different. If you actually look at Ash's studies from the 70s, his studies on compliance and uniform actually state the opposite.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm actually a psychologist. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like you said, you sort of intimated that you took exception to there being three police officers here. So I'm going to leave because
go for it. You do what you want to do.
More to say to you, but yeah, we'll leave you in colleagues' capable hands. All right.
I love that. Detective sergeant's got to get a PC to handle his dirty work.
Look, I just want to make you as comfortable as possible, so I'll introduce myself as PC137. I've had no idea as to what this incident is about. What's going on here?
Well, I'm sure they've just informed you of that over at the car when you were stood there talking for 10 minutes.
Well, I've got a rough idea, but I'd like to hear it from you. As I say, I'm completely unbiased.
I'm here minding my own business. I come and get accosted by 2 constables.
Okay. Any reason police station compared to anywhere else?
Because we pay for it and I can.
Okay, that's fair enough. It is a public property, isn't it?
Thank you very much. If only they knew that.
What I'll say is that obviously the inquiry office isn't open, so
yeah, I know. I already tried to go in there. Yeah.
Have a chat. They do close at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
I just want to make you aware that I'm not suggesting that you will at all, but certainly we have had cars damaged here in the past, and that's why when we see somebody sat here with a camera, just sometimes people don't have as good intentions as yourself. Okay. So
do you stop everybody with a camera in any place in the country then, just because they got a camera? Because cars get damaged all over the country, not just here.
Particularly because we work in a role where a lot of people don't necessarily.
I wouldn't bring your vehicle to work then if you're that worried about it.
But obviously we've got to get here somehow.
Yeah, you can cycle it. You can get public transport. You can get public. If you don't live in Huntingdon, you can get public transport to Huntingdon and then walk or cycle it. There are options. If you're that uncomfortable and that concerned about your vehicles at your place of work because of the role that you do, and the mitigating factor is the fact that you know the risks of the role that you take when you sign up for the job. That onus is on you.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Simple as that.
Do you have any further plans this evening? Is that something you want?
Why, you want to take me for dinner?
No, not at all.
No?
I'm just generally trying.
I won't eat you out of house and home.
Oh really?
No. Just some Mackies will do me.
No worries. Are you planning on being here long at all?
As long as it takes.
As long as it takes to what though? What is your intention?
Finish my objectives.
And what is your objectives out of interest?
Private.
They might be private. I'm interested because you've definitely got obviously my interest right now. So I just want to know what your objectives are.
Fair enough. And you're allowed to have those interests.
Have you got friends coming to join with you with your objectives, or?
I'm sorry, I've seen a bug go down my top. Oh. Sorry.
You got any friends coming down to join you? Or anything?
No, I don't have any friends. Billy no mates me.
Oh,
I know, it's sad, isn't it? You want to be my mate?
I don't know. Yeah.
No.
Didn't
think so.
If I'm honest, I've got so many friends. I'm not really in the market for anymore.
Fair enough.
So, do you mind me asking? Is this one of the Audit in Britain sort of style videos? Is this? I'm not suggesting you are at all. Just out of curiosity, because we know that there are auditors about. I'm just trying to gain what your kind of objective is.
You might put our mind at ease.
Well,
you ain't here to cause any problems within our grounds.
Again, my objectives are private, and I will stick to the fact that I have the human right to my private thoughts and my private home and family life, and I will stick with that.
What I would say is that camera's obviously pointing in the general direction of where our vehicles, personal and police, going in and out. Obviously, you're aware that there are traffic cars which come out of here pretty speedily. We wouldn't want you to be around and potentially get hurt.
Oh, that's right, I'm decided I wouldn't barrier. I actually like that you've got this. This wasn't here last time I came. This whole footpath wasn't there. I had to walk along the road, so I like that you've included this.
What I would say as well is the officers, my colleagues who are very good at their job, have tried to be polite, and they've just asked that in a reasonable time frame, about 10 minutes, you just go towards the outsides of the site. Now, what I would suggest, as somebody who I haven't looked at all the planning permissions and the exact boundaries of this building, I don't work at this station, but I would generally say probably up to that fence line up there and probably up to where that give way line is would probably be a rough area, I would say, is HQ. So when you move on, if you could just move on outside of that,
I mean,
it would make us feel more comfortable.
I would say, quite honestly, with the PC137, that these double yellow lines are indicative of something that the council have instilled. Double yellow lines don't typically tend to be put on private property, so I would say probably up to where the double yellow line stop is where I would be absolutely fine to be accessible and be classed as public property. Secondly, my rights don't have an expiry time. You know, I've already explained them here. Exercising Article 10 of my human rights. I have the right to gather and disseminate information to the public under that freedom of expression. Well, potentially at least until the new Bill of Rights gets processed, and we'll see what happens after that, because that's a load of bullshit as well.
Obviously, you're in control of the Bill of Rights.
No, I know you're not. No, that's a government thing. That'll give you guys a lot more power to sort of potentially abuse our rights, unfortunately.
Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, no, again, it's not you, it's the government. We'll have to take that, deal with that with protests and what we do.
You forgive me, just the first name, so I can refer to you as something else other than sir.
Sir, it's fine.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Just on the flip side of things, and I just want to turn this on its head. If I, outside of work, sat outside, say, your home address on the public highway and sat with a camera facing your address, would you feel comfortable?
No, but this isn't your home address, isn't anybody's home address.
No, but
if you did it at my place of work, then I wouldn't give two rats.
You know what? We spend
asses.
so much time here. It's practically is our home.
Yeah, but that's the case for everybody who works. You know, nobody really works 37.5 hours a week and affords to live these days. You know, people tend to do 45 to 50-hour weeks, and they spend most of their time at work. So that is the case for the majority of the population in this country. So you're not alone in that. I do sympathise. Yeah. But yeah, you're not alone in that. But again, this isn't a place of residence.
Would you not
it is publicly funded. No, I'm quite comfortable here.
We are going to obviously conclude this conversation, and we're going to get on our way.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, you should have done that a good 25 minutes ago, but all
The
right.
only thing I will ask from me is I understand that this camera is facing the police station. I understand I can't make you turn it another way. You obviously know your law, and that's brilliant, because a lot of people don't, and you know your rights. But what I would just ask, as a request from me to you, is just that you're not filming any number plates in specific vehicles. And as I say, that's only because of the concerns which I've raised, and it's a request, it's not me telling you to do something.
The only one that I've got that will probably make the footage is the one that came and reported to you, just because I want her number plate to be able to make her a complaint. You'll see she didn't identify, so...
You can make that complaint and share that with the complaints authority in relation to, obviously, the number plate, but publicly broadcasting it, is that really fair on her right to a private life as well? The only reason I ask this, because officers and non-officers, civilians, etc., are being traced by their cars, by their names, etc., through social media, everywhere else, and then there's issues outside their addresses. I'm not saying that's your intent, but people might get, obviously, on board and then get a bit aggy over it and actually challenge those officers outside their
houses. Have you ever seen the police interceptor programs and all those sorts of things? Number plates are all over them.
Yeah, that's
all over.
Blurred, actually.
Only the ones that are the direct subject of the stop. Right. All the other ones in passing, around the police stations, around the roads, they're all visible. I've looked at it.
Okay.
Is that including their private vehicles they drive?
Yeah, probably. I mean, but this is the thing, right?
I'm just asking you.
No, okay. This is the thing, right?
About her.
Yeah, but okay. But this thing, if she didn't come and try and find out what I'm doing, and she just drove on, she wouldn't have even made the footage. And even if she did, nobody's going to pay attention to that number plate and give a fuck, because nobody cares. You find something in a passing shot. I understand that, yeah, police get targeted and they may get tracked, and I do get that.
Drive?
Pardon?
Do you drive?
Yes.
Okay, what vehicle do you drive?
Well,
What's the index registration plate of that? Just for your viewers, so they can understand. So you're obviously saying it's okay for her.
Yeah.
Just for your viewers, let everybody know.
See, I don't give my registration to you guys because
I'm not asking for it directly. I'm asking you to put on the footage as well. It's just because if it's not really much of a problem to film somebody's private plate, and obviously there's the possibility of them being traced.
See, I've parked not far away from here. I have no issue.
Fantastic.
I have no issue with anybody seeing my number plate. I won't tell you directly because you can go inside and go find out who I am if you wanted to. No, but you could, and that's the reason why I won't. And it will go on your report that this person with this registration.
I would like to put in the same boat as her.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like I said, people, when I do this, people come and take photos of me. They come and try and find out what vehicle I want to go back to my vehicle. Whatever, you can take a photo of me. I'm in public. You're recording me now, I should imagine.
Indeed, and I've informed you of that.
Only just now.
At the start, I said
He said he switched it on. And said he switched it on.
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember that. I will check back on that. And if you haven't, and only because you said that you did, but if you haven't, I am going to submit a formal complaint. Usually, I just tell you and try to get you to know.
And
but,
say my collar's 137 if you wish to.
But yeah, I don't remember you saying that. But fair enough if you did. If you did, then fair enough. But,
out of interest, we're going to go anyway.
Yeah.
Out of interest, who are you filming for and what? Like, is it Facebook or social media?
For myself.
I assume you're live streaming.
No.
I'd just like to watch it back, that's all.
No, I'm not live streaming. No.
Where's
You'll find it.
Where's it been posted then?
You'll find it.
I don't.
You'll find it. It's not going to be difficult to find. I don't name it some bizarre thing.
Okay, Cambridgeshire Police Headquarters, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it will have something like that in the title, or I usually tag the location. It will come up.
All I ask is, can you stay away from out of the car parks, please?
Maybe. We'll see.
Right, okay. And the reason saying, stand out the car parks, as I did say, we have had damage caused to our vehicles, etc.
But you got me on body camera. You've had a long conversation with me. If any damage happens, I'll be your first suspect. So
you start wandering around the car park. So I noticed obviously you've got a bag on your back as well. You may end up being subject of a search.
Search for what? What would you be looking for?
Items going equipped, got obviously caused damage.
Okay. What section is that going equipped?
Section 1 of PACE.
Okay. Fair enough. I
Right,
mean,
we'll get out of here anyway. Thank you very much for your time. Take care. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Take care.
ta-ra. So that's 5 constables and 1 civilian we've managed to get to do the walk of shame today, Cambridgeshire HQ. Oh dear. There we go. They failed on all accounts. They failed on trying to use the Terrorism Act. They failed on trying to trespass me. They failed on trying to get me to tell them what I'm doing and account for my actions. And there it goes. Oh dear. So yeah, it's a fun day out around Cambridgeshire. Saw a nice couple of council buildings and not so nice couple of police stations.
This is a critical moment. Discomfort is being treated as justification. But in law, feeling uncomfortable is not the same as unlawful behavior. If exercising a legal right becomes grounds for removal simply because others dislike it, then that right doesn't really exist at all.